I just want to say that I washed my shingles patch. You know, it's not embarrassing to me if a doctor had the same problem. I was watching YouTube today, and I came across a channel, and it's called the Nerve Doctors. The Nerve Doctors. It's a form of neuralgia. It's nerves, and they're with Johns Hopkins University. And that's good, you know, that somebody speaks up and gives a formula to help shingles sufferers. And man, oh man, do you ever suffer with this shit? Now, do you see my head? Do you see that it's a swelling that doesn't look as black as it did earlier? You see? You know, if you wouldn't believe what I put on my face after watching those videos, I had some honey here from the Serbian United Church. It's a Serbian school church in Burnaby. Remember when I went there in the summertime? I wanted to meet my family, a lot of family members, you know, on my husband's side. Husband's plural side. And they're all Protestant Serbians, if that makes sense. But the minister said, "Don't call me father. I'm reverend." Now, nobody ever said that to me before, but that's the truth of the matter is that he's a reverend. He's a Protestant. Just like the Roman Catholics and the Protestants, the war and the War of the Roses in the Ireland and North and South, Belfast and what's the one in the north is Belfast, and then the one in the south is Dublin. Dublin. Shuffle off to Dublin. They left the shore of Dublin and came to America. That much I know. That much I know. They came from Wales. They were Welsh. 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 See my new teeth? Welsh. See, they're not the same color as my teeth. See? But he did a pretty good job. What are you going to do when you're old like me, right? You're lucky you have teeth. And look at my spare glasses. Lutz, my optometrist, he took a pair of my old glasses, my designer glasses, and made them smaller. They are pretty big, but hey, man, that's the style nowadays, right? Yeah, see, they have nice black, expandable. They're really nice specs. They're very nice specs. Yeah, I haven't smoked a lot today. I never do, you know. These cigarettes are so mild, and I have a little filter I put on the end, you see. And so when the filter is really black, look how black it's getting. I need to buy some more. Ooh, is it ever black? See, all that tar. And you buy these things, and you're bound and determined you're going to smoke, right, Heather? What's it called? Nickel Stop. Nickel Stop, see? So you don't get addicted to the nicotine. We don't want to get addicted to the nicotine. With that much we don't want. We're not addicted too much anyway. We just like the thought of sitting and relaxing as best you can. But I put honey and olive oil in a little thing with I got some honey from the Serbian Protestant church last summer, and it cost me a couple of $100 to go there. $300, I think. Gee whiz, eh? Well, I had taxi savers, but still, you know, that cost a lot of money. And I went by myself because my daughter let me down. But, you know, I can't expect her to go everywhere I go. And, hey, look at that, eh? Holy shit. Those are those guys, the movers, they moving and grooving. New Vision's homeless service. They're pretty good, those Connor Rich and In Depth. I like the way the Americans move and groove. They're pretty cool people. They all seem to get along, and then next thing you know, it's called the Furniture Project, which is Baxter's. Well, I like that. Hito gay. there must be gay guys, but who cares, right? They're okay to me. They don't bother me. But look at that, it's going down by the minute. That honey and olive oil sure works, eh? Holy moly. The honey and olive oil. I did that on the cat. we had a cat named Charlie, and he was a diabetic. It went into remission and out of remission and in remission and out of remission. And finally he passed away. But he was quite an elderly cat when he passed away. And he lived, we thought he'd live forever. And he was so sad that he died just before Christmas. Gee whiz, eh? And my goodness. Oh, look at them having a funeral, burying their dead. It's too bad, eh? The war is terrible. There's so many wars going on in the world, but is there anything we can do? Yes, we can pray. Not P-R-E-Y. P-R-A-Y. That's right. And the best thing to do when in doubt, do nothing. Just pray. That's the best thing to do. Look at that. There's something on my screen that's moving. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look. Uh-oh. Is that my imagination? Is it moving on my screen, or was that... What's that? It's moving. It's some kind of a fly, right? See? See what it is? It's a fly, and it's walking. You see what it's doing? They like light, those fucking flies. You see what it is? It's one of those termites. It's a termite fly. Ugh. God, I hate those things. Gee whiz. I just want to kill them all. But you know, it's not good to kill anything. Gee whiz, that's awful. They're having a little... praying for all souls. Catherine Hadlow. She's nice. Catherine Hadlow. Hadlow? H-A-D-L-O-W is supposed to be, but oh well, they spell things differently in the USA. Isn't he a nice guy? Look at him. Look at that Pope. Pope Leo with his purple clothing. Look, isn't that a beautiful outfit? Somebody gave him that as a gift. It was all hand sewn and it's silk. They made it especially for him. And I think it was the Bahrainians, or maybe it wasn't. I know it couldn't have been them. They're Turkish. It was somebody in Peru, I guess. They were doing the cremation and burials. See? And in any case, look at this. It's going down by the minute. That purple is no longer. Now do you see how honey is magic? Dr. Smith, he's the one, the vet, at Fraser Heights. He retired, but man, oh man, he said, use honey. Just put honey on his tongue. And for a diabetic cat, use honey. And put honey on on this sore. He had a big sore on his body, a hole in his body. God, that poor guy. Fuck, he had shingles, I guess. Bad nerves. Cats get bad nerves, too. Cats get shingles, too. Did you know? Animals get shingles. And so that's the way it goes, eh? They get shingles, too. But that's sad, you know. They've got flowers there. And then they're having a memorial. They're doing the best they can with what they've got. See, there's a war. And it's a memorial. That's Father Leo, a different Father Leo. That's a different Father Leo. Leo, I think this is Father Leo's father. He was reunited with his father. And he never met his father ever. He took off when his mother, they were married, but he did not want to be a father. But he made it up. He's making it up to his son. And I'm glad for him. You see, when people pray, they're peaceful. So they're having a cemetery, All Souls service over over the soul of somebody. Look at the beautiful memorials. Oh my God, look at all those. See, November 21st. You see that? You see? Wow. Wow, see? Did you see that? Their daughter was buried. They make it up. The things work out in the end when you think about it, you know. Look at that, it's gone. The purple is almost all gone. It's honey and olive oil. And I rubbed it on my face, washed it good and with warm water. And hey, man, I've got honey all over my face. See, my hair? Oh, isn't that awful? You see that steroid cream? It made my hair all white. Gee, look at this, eh? It bleached my hair. Oh, my hair doesn't look red anymore. It looks, well, it's a nice color, I guess. It's blondish. I'm a strawberry blonde, was anyway. That picture behind me. But I wished I had a picture of when I was 15. You know, Ernie Coombs, he might have a picture up in the Big Win Inn. It must have been a casino, Big Win. We were not allowed in there at that casino. And we worked there at the summer camp that year. Heather Galilee and Nadine Chursky and Gabby. What was Gabby's? Gabby was in my grade 9 class. We all went to work at the summer camp together. And my mother and father came to visit me there. It was nice to see them with my little brother, Danny. And that was a nice summer. It was kind of embarrassing, though, because that's the year I started smoking at summer camp. Go figure. And it was the year that Elvis Presley, Love Me Tender. That was his first movie. And that's where I saw it, in that little village at, what's it called, the Gravenhurst? Or, no, it's called Sundridge. It's Sundridge, Sundridge, on Lake Sundridge, in Georgian Bay area. And nice up there, you know, Georgian Bay, I guess. And on the other side, Rice Lake, Peterborough side. It was more in the Peterborough side, I guess. on the east of, it was east of Yonge Street. Yonge Street's the main drag. It goes straight north from Lake Ontario. So easy to get to, travel around in Ontario. But there's a lot of freeways now, especially in Toronto. And I was there a year ago, a little over a year ago. And I managed to see one of my children that I had given away. I didn't mean to do that. I'll ever be regretted. I'll regret that till the day I die. Giving up a child is a terrible thing. A terrible thing to do, especially when you know they're going to get abused sexually at a foster home. That's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing when you hear that from the mouth of your child, that they were sexually abused by uncles. They said uncles, but who knows, eh? When men drink, they drink. They don't care. Especially these army men. They're bad for that. Did you hear about that on the news? He confessed that he murdered a young girl in Mozambique. Was it Mozambique? 30, 40 years ago. And he just, a British soldier, he said, I think I murdered a young girl, in a little village. And she was only 18 or 19, and I'm very fortunate. That could have happened to me too. I was very fortunate. At least he was a Christian. At least he was a Christian, right? At least he was a Christian. But some of those men, they're bad. There's bad. Look at that. See? St. Therese of Lisieux, St. Juan Diego, and St. Carlo Acutis, Our Lady of Guadalupe, Our Lady of Guadalupe. You see, all these people are saints. Look at that kid. Now there's a saint, and there's another saint. Those are saints. St. John Bosco and St. Jude Thaddeus. You see all these famous people. I'd love to go to Africa. Oh, I love it. I really envy my oldest daughter going there, having the opportunity to go there. I really wished I could have gone with her if had raised her, Maybe we would have gone together. She would have forgiven me by then for not giving her a father. Maybe Chalakovich would have married me. You never know. But I wanted to get married then and there. I did not like being not married. And that is a bad way to start your young life out. But it all took place because of one old man. And his name was Alexander Schein. He said he was part Jewish. He was a Bosnian Serbian man from Sarajevo. Yep, Montenegro. Bosnia. He's a Bosnian. He identified as a Bosnian. And what was that? The Sarajevo, is it? That was where that Turkish guy started the war. The Turk, see? The Turk that shot down the Franz Ferdinand in 1914 started the ball. Horrible, eh? Just horrible. It started a big war. It's still going on to this day. Those three cultures, they will never get along. The Christians, the Muslims, Sunni Muslim, I think they are, and the Croatian, and the Jews. Oh, they're on the side of the, they're on the side of the Christian, the Jews. They always were. Jews are always on the side of the Christian. Always, always, always. The Jewish people are Canada's and Great Britain and
You don't want any pasta.
I don't know about pasta.
You don't like.
What's that say? Likely institution based officio. You see, I probably shouldn't do all these videos. It's using data. Alpha, beta, data. Alpha, beta, data, zeta. Zeta, data. Eta, zeta, data. Alpha, beta, zeta, data. Alpha, beta, zeta, data. Alpha, beta, zeta, data. Beta. Shesti, sedmi, osmi, desiti. Devati, desiti. Osam desit, yadon nest, three nest, chetra nest, pate nest, shaste nest, sedam nest, osam nest. Micah, osam nest, Gorina. Bad. Central Croatia. He was from Central Croatia, Judith. Central Croatia. And he married a Jewish woman. And they lived happily ever after. They were very happy together. That's good. I'm glad he found somebody. I'm happy for him. I think I'll watch figure skating. The Last Dance. What do you see? Anybody see that? The figure skating champions of the world? What was their name? Judith Tyrrell, and Christopher Hain or something. Kane. Tyrrell and Christopher. Just think of that. And they're doing The Last Dance. They're just friends. They're bosom buddies. They're platonic friends. They're partners. They dance on skates, and they do comedy. And now they're in their 70s. Holy moly, eh? She's 2 years older than him. But you'd never know it. They're such a sweet couple. Oh, and she adopted a couple of kids. They both became parents after the age of 40, older adults. They're like they're going to be their grandparents, you see. But they say older parents make better parents, but she looked pretty awful. Ooh, she smokes too. I can tell. Those kids are driving her crazy. She adopted a couple of 20-year-olds. They're 18 and 20. Oh, she said, I adopted a couple of adult kids. They were almost young adults, and they're driving her insane. Yeah, it's not easy raising somebody else's kid. No, because the damage is already done. That's right. Nobody wants an adult kid. I can't imagine getting adopted at age 17. Can you imagine? When I was out in the workforce working and everything and had my own place and self-sufficient. Mind you, it was a boarding house, but so what, right? It's self-sufficient. That's probably where I met my destiny. It was a boarding house instead of my own apartment. What's it like to be so poor? Poor as a church mouse. We were as poor as church mice, my dad said. Well, that's the way it goes. On a 100-acre farm, and he was as poor as little did he know. Little did he know. Look at that beautiful girl. See, she's a teenager. How to mitigate to travel. She wants to travel. Be careful, baby. You can meet your destiny when you travel. Airport delays. Be careful. Look at that. Hey, Alexander, you should see my forehead. Look at this. That big purple mark is gone. You see that anti-polysporin, don't put that on. put olive oil. That's olive oil, and I just rubbed it right into my scalp. It's honey. Honey from the Serbian church. The Serbian Protestant church.
What?
Hey, look at the purple mark, see? Honey and olive oil. Look at my forehead. Does it look a lot better?
You see.
It's almost gone.
Yeah.
Honey and olive oil. I just rubbed it right in
Wow.
and washed all that polysporin off. The polysporin made it purple.
Yeah, maybe that's a better remedy.
All I did was go to
Who told you
YouTube.
about that?
I found it on YouTube. It's called the Nerve Doctors. Nerve Doctors. They're down at Johns Hopkins University in the USA. And so that's what I learned today. As tired, I only had 2 hours sleep last night, but oh man, I got rid of a debt today that it's like a slot machine, like a one-armed bandit. You know, when you deal with a credit card company and you don't pay it off at the end of each month, whoa, and it goes on for a couple of years. You don't want to go there. It's going to be bad. And it says my credit limit is $15,700, which means that we're paying it. We're always a month behind, but at least it gets paid. And they were worried about me. They said, we're concerned about you. And so I believe it to my youngest daughter. And I'm so happy, you know. You know, take the bull by the horns and talk business. Because they want to help. These credit card companies, they know what it's like. There's a depression, don't forget. They're lucky if they get 1 penny. People can declare bankruptcy. And they can go fly a kite, you see, and go on drugs and sleep under a bridge and say, F you, F off. Credit cards. And there goes the slot machine. But hey, I just pray. I just pray that everything works out for my shingles attack. But you know what? It helps when you don't have a lot of stress in your life. I think that's the secret. And if you don't have stress, you know, things work out. Stress is a killer. Look what it did to me. I look at all the lines on my face. Not many people have this many lines when they're a woman. That's fucking painful, man. That's very Vulcan painful. Oh, shingles is more painful than having a baby. I tell you, it is so painful. Oh, my goodness. Oh, she was. Oh. And so the pain is, I'll wash off the honey, I guess, when I go to sleep. But I'll have to have a shower and wash my hair again, I guess. I didn't put any soap on my hair. It can't have any perfume on it. No, we don't want perfume on our hair. I know it looks kind of shabby and everything, but hey, man, I don't care. Right at this point, I've got to clear up this shingles infection. Oh, and what else did I do? I loaded my body with vitamin D. I took 1,500 units of vitamin D tablets. Oh, my God. See, a doctor can only do so much. The rest is up to you. It's called the Nerve Doctors. YouTube. YouTube. The Nerve Doctors. Not the nervous doctors, the Nerve Doctors. And they're at the Johns Hopkins University. Figure out, where is that university? Johns Hopkins, where is it? Is it in Ohio? Where is it in? Where the heck is it again? I thought it was in Chicago, but that's Smith, the Smith Institute. That's where my mother went. That's something to do with the nursing, gynecology. Doctors said there's a lot of things in Chicago, you know, a lot of different universities. The court battle. There's court orders. WH to pay SNAP benefits. God, eh? You see, stuffing mix. Wow, they get a lot of nice things in the USA. Stuffing mixes. Wow. Yeah, they have much better care packages than we do here. Yeah, we used to have Americans running our food bank here too, and I don't know what happened. But in any case, family of 2 receives $3.55, normally $5.46. Oh, family of 4, $6.46, normally $9.94. 1 in 8 Americans receive SNAP benefits. 1 in 8. Can you imagine? Holy cow. That's insane. The USA was the richest country in the world. All it takes is a war and drains the pocketbooks, eh? People shell out, or will blow your window inside out. Ever hear that one? Not a nice thing to say, is it? It's certainly not a nice thing to say, but that's what there was going around on the street when I was a kid. Huff and I'll puff, trick or treat. If you huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. Who said that? Oh, the Jeff Oakley, that kid across the road that came from Wales or someplace. He said, I'm Welsh. You're now Canadian. You're either Canadian or you're Welsh. What are you? I'm a Welsh Canadian. Well, I'm a Canadian of Welsh origin. I'm a Canadian. I am a proud Canadian. I'm proud to be an American, a duolingual. a duolingua. I'm an American and I'm a Canadian. I'm in two different countries. I'm bilingual. I'm going crazy here, but that's when I'm happy. When I feel like the science has reached out to me and touched me on the shoulder and said, Heather, you've suffered enough in your life. Here's some olive oil. That honey came from the Serbian church in Burnaby. That beautiful place with a school and a kitchen and a church and a stage. And they need donations too. If you go there, throw a couple of $100 on the collection or put it in an envelope if you don't want, and be anonymous. I wrote a check. I don't think they ever cashed it, but they could have. I don't know. But I don't always have a lot of cash with me. So I write a check. I keep checkbook with me. It's not certified or anything, but at least it's money. That's okay. They think I'm poor. They think I'm a skinny old woman that lives in a shoe. But anyway, I'm happy. I'm happy tonight, Charlene. She did a good deed this morning before she started her day. And what goes around comes around. That's what I say. God bless America. God bless the world. God bless the Roman Empire. Romans. Read Romans 1. He said to me, he was an Adventist, old Mr. Turner. And he used to do was it Turner? He used to do our income tax. He said, I'm an Adventist. Read. Oh, he was dead set against smoking. Oh, man. He was a Scotsman through and through. What was his name again? Albert or something. Oh, man. He did our income tax all right. He sure did our income tax. He only charged $15. But he said, I need money too. For his whiskey. He drank, but you see, it's okay they drink whiskey, but, you know, they don't smoke. What's the difference? What's the difference? What do you think is the difference? Why drink if you don't? Anyway, judge not, lest ye be judged. What goes around comes around. God bless Father Leo. Pope Leo. The Pope named Leo. 2025, Leo. My doctor is a Leo too. His name is Leonid. He's a Christian Russian man, doctor. A doctor of the cloth.